Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another Modern Muslim Man interview. We got Brother Shah Hussein, busy desk-bound professional, loses 35 pounds in 3 months and gets six-pack abs at age 32 without cutting out carbs, without cutting out whole food groups. We're not talking about carnivore or anything crazy like that. Allahumma barak, amazing results. But it wasn't always that way because Brother Shah, he's been through the ringer. He's seen a lot of things online and he's tried a lot of things. So, brother, welcome to this interview. First and foremost, thank you for being here. We'll go into your story in a second, but first off, I just want to ask how you doing, bro?
Oh, well, what an introduction. Welcome, assalam. And my gosh, brother, this is absolutely amazing. Thank you for having me. It's an absolute honor to be connecting with you right now. And I am doing excellent.
Mm,
Absolutely excellent. Very, very sort of high on the Islam and life and just, incorporating all the good things together sort of feeling. It's all packaged into one. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like everything's like working on all cylinders.
oh, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. And I don't blame you because Allahumma barak, you've seen an amazing transformation. I'll show him your pictures and then we can go in to the story behind the pictures. First off, Allahumma barak, shredded abs, looking amazing. Everybody say mashallah, tabarakallah, Allahumma barak, absolutely amazing. I mean, the chest, the stomach, everything has truly seen crazy results. The scale reflects that, starting at 195 down to Allahumma barak 160, just absolutely crushing it in 3 months only. I mean, what a way to finish last year and begin this year like a champion. So, mashallah, mashallah. Now, I want to go in though, because there's a lot of guys who are looking more like you are on the left, and we want to show them what's possible. We want to inspire them. We want to help them, but they're probably experiencing a lot of the same things you were experiencing back then. So, what were you experiencing then? What were some of the things you were trying and reading or seeing online? And, what did you try before to try to lose weight?
The person on the left, I like when you put on clothes, right? Like like when you don't look at your belly, when you're sitting down, you're filling up the shirt. So visually, I was sort of deceiving myself because I would be like, certain angles of like, oh, okay, yeah, no, no, I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. I'm filling this out. But then when it all comes out, wow, this is a reflection of my decisions. And I felt like the relationship with food was mindless. Now it's mindful. I was thinking that I think I was just like counting calories in my head as opposed to laying everything down. So that didn't go too well, as you can see. Yeah, low energy on that side. That is a result of basically I tried two serious programs, but then gained it all back and some.
Mm,
That's that left picture. That left picture is basically my first program I tried was something tried to do extreme weight loss within also 10 weeks, 12 weeks, but it was carb cycling and carb elimination. Felt absolutely terrible the entire time, and I actually developed something called keto rash. I got so worried. This happened only when I eliminated carbs completely for like 3 or 4 days, and it was terrible. The little red spots, and I'm like, what is happening? And then research, Reddit, this and that. Oh, you got to uptake your carb, and then alhamdulillah, did the carb, rashes went away, but weight came back.
mm,
And I'm like, okay, let me do this a different way. I love my carbs and this and that. And then I hired a personal trainer physically. He got me in a low carb. I was like, okay, at least I'm still eating carbs. Low carb, but extremely high protein. Like body weight, my body weight was maybe like 200. I was eating like 225, 230 grams of protein every single day. And it was so, yeah, I feel like I saw some results, but it didn't feel sustainable. And yeah, it didn't work. And those carbs were so low, so
mm,
low. I was having them, but I couldn't wait to eat it.
mm.
Whereas in this program, alhamdulillah, brother, it does not even feel like a diet. Seamless. You just follow the program. Just follow the program. It took me like a good, I would say like a good 3 to 4 weeks to find a good sort of confidence and momentum. This is realistic. Nobody can say in the first day, first week, right? I would say good 3 to 4 weeks, stuck to the program, and it was all autopilot from there.
SubhanAllah. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time to like get into that rhythm where everything is automatic and easy. But once you just
Yes,
that initial resistance, which honestly it's not that much resistance in comparison with cutting out carbs completely, any of that. Um,
yes,
it becomes so easy to get the results, maintain them, keep that rhythm. And of course, life happens. You might have a busy day at work, family stuff, whatever, but it's easy to course correct because with keto before, you just have one bad day where you eat too much carbs and boom, you're up 10 pounds versus with this, it's like, okay, 1 or 2 pounds of bloat goes away within a couple of days, boom, easy.
exactly. Yes,
100%. And it's crazy. And we'll talk about like the cheat meals and all the other stuff and the specifics later, but
yes, yes,
I want to go in because with you, it was very unique because I knew the exact video that you came from because I did like
yes.
3 videos specifically about why low carb diets are not ideal and keto isn't ideal. And here's some results of clients who are eating carbs. And I remember immediately you came in from that and you were just boom, all in right away.
Yes, yes.
SubhanAllah. So how did you discover me and what did that decision making process look like for you between becoming a follower and becoming a client?
I feel like what happened was I like all of a sudden you popped up into my algorithm. And I feel like I may have, because nowadays, I'm sure you heard this, you talk about something, your phone hears it, and then maybe it just feeds you that content, right? So I think I was talking to my brother about carbs, low carb, trying to, again, maybe count calories in my head, right? And then my social media, I'm trying to clean it up, right? I'm trying to look at educational stuff and things that really will benefit me. So, and then you came onto the reels. I'm like, oh, carbs. Like, did somebody hear me? Whoa, this is, and then your video, like, you have a good way of engaging people right away with such great energy. I heard the carb stuff that this is possible without having to eliminate or even go low carb. And then you showed me results. I even went, and then what happened? Oh, now I remember. I saw that reel and I'm like, okay, this is an amazing reel, very informative. And your username, mashallah, username amazing. Clicked on the username and then it all went from there. And then I feel like you had another series of compilation videos of everybody's testimonials. That's what I watched before I signed up.
So it was
Yeah, that was this sort of setup really helped as well. I'm like, okay, this is real. These are real people, real brothers. You can't fake this. You can't pay these people. So I'm like, I'm doing this. It was one of those feelings like when you know, you know.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Okay, perfect. So it's the concept of not having to restrict yourself, something that's actually realistic. And it's not like I have to be careful when I say not restrict yourself because some people might get the wrong idea and be like, oh yeah, I just sit on the couch and eat carbs and I lose weight. No, no, you still got to put in the work, but it's a realistic strategy that allows you to put in the work long term and enjoy the process that eventually makes it easy once you pass that like 3 to 4 week period where the habits set in. So what was your experience?
Exactly.
So we brought you on, you had your consult call, you signed up all in, Allahumma barak. So
Allahumma barik.
what was that like for you when you first got the meal plan and the training plan? You started doing things, building your rhythm. What was your experience working with us as a client?
It's been absolutely sensational. It still is. So it really has helped me make better decisions in life. The first, I would say like the first week I went out. I stuck to the meal plan. This is an experience I brought up with brother Al, brother Sad, right? And then they, alhamdulillah, calmed me down and really really made me sort of like confident again to stick to the process, But so what happened was first weekend went out. There's a halal restaurant that opened up, right? Halal pho restaurant, first time ever. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I have to try everything on the menu,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I love halal pho. It's amazing.
right? So I feel like I lost like something incredible, like 5 to 6 pounds in the first week or something like that. I'm like, wow, this stuff is easy. And then I like ate everything that I possibly could at the pho, and the scale went right back up to the beginning. And I'm like, oh no. And then I had a call with brother Al, brother Saad. He explained to me, like it could be bloating. It takes this many calories to get a pound of fat. Inshallah, just stick to the course, do your cardio, do your workouts, try to be disciplined, and after a few days, it will go back. And that's exactly what happened.
Mm.
Exactly what happened. Went back to that my plan. Did not, take any shortcuts or anything. And alhamdulillah, it's been good. It's been good. So whereas then before, I can imagine I would panic. Maybe people would give up. Maybe you would have another cheat meal. This, and it would be just like a very bad snowball effect. But alhamdulillah, stuck to it. And what helped was having these calls every week with Brother Al and Brother Sad.
Mm.
That's what really helps. Yeah, like good check-ins. I feel that makes a huge difference.
100%. That's a factor a lot of people don't consider is the mindset, the habits, and the decision making, which is different for everybody. And that's why the coaching relationship is so important because not only is it accountability every week, but it's a chance to reset your perspective, but also to bring the specific, demotivating factors, mindset blocks, habits, patterns, whatever it may be, and get them specifically solved. And that is a huge pattern is people will have like whether it's a family dinner, exciting new restaurant opens up, or just a restaurant you usually go to that you go to once and you gain some weight back, it's like most of it is water weight, but a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, even myself, when I was first starting off in fitness, and even for years after I had gotten consistent with fitness, if I gained a couple pounds, I'd freak out. If I looked flat one day in the mirror because I didn't eat enough carbs or enough protein and I looked small and I didn't get a pump, I'd be like, no, I lost muscle, my gains are gone. But
Yes.
having that outside perspective reminds you that actually muscle loss takes a really long time to actually happen. If like you have to not train and not eat protein for 2 weeks. Likewise, fat gain, 3,500 calories per pound. So you just get right back on. You have that confidence again and
Yes.
consistent and you get crazy results. I mean, I just have to keep bringing it back, man. 35 pounds getting shredded. Like I actually, to be
Alhamdulillah.
honest, I kind of like I saw your graph before this interview, but I kind of prepared last minute with the before after. I didn't even see your before after today. I was like, dang, this guy got shredded, mashallah. So I was like, love about
And
it.
you know what, brother? The best part is, I feel like, subhanAllah, there's a lot more left to uncover. Really, really. I signed on again with you guys another 6 months. So I'm very excited, very excited. I just want to do a complete transformation, brother. And we'll keep the left picture, we'll keep that before picture, and I can't wait in 6 months what that after picture will be.
If we achieve this much already in 3 months, I can only imagine in six, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. May Allah put barakah in it. Ameen. And
Inshallah, Ameen.
yeah, bro, we're gonna have to do another testimony after that, bro. We're gonna be jacked and shredded. I mean, Allahumma barak.
Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait. And I'm so happy, so excited to see how the journey will be during Ramadan. So
Mm,
the timing couldn't be perfect, you
mm.
know? Yeah.
And
So this
that's
is great.
100%. And I'll actually do two things at once because we obviously got the viewers who might also be curious, what does the strategy look like in Ramadan? And then obviously for yourself, maybe Coach Isle and Coach Saad have already kind of walked you through some of it, but I actually want to go through specifically with you to kind of give you a little preview, which will be
Perfect.
unique for the testimonial. It'll be a unique testimonial interview with,
Absolutely.
and then we can go through more of your insights as well because I do want to hear from you as well. So basically, because you've achieved low body fat already. Usually, what I'll have people do in the lead up to Ramadan is we'll either bulk or cut. Now, because you're already pretty cut and you've done a really good job getting to this point already, we can either keep cutting or we can kind of recomp or we can even do a little mini bulk prior to Ramadan. However, for yourself, I think right now we're doing a bit of a recomp where you're parking at 160, gaining some muscle, losing some fat at the same time. Then Ramadan, obviously, not the time to be gaining muscle. Because though your metabolism is optimized right now and your diet, your habits, your muscle mass are optimized, you will naturally lose fat as a byproduct of just optimizing for optimal energy during Ramadan. And that's the cool thing. So you'll finish Ramadan leaner without having lost any muscle. But then here's the thing is that most people try to like cut after Ramadan, especially people who gain weight in Ramadan, which obviously that's not going to happen to you, but like people who get fat,
Hmm.
they want to cut immediately. But
Right.
after Ramadan is something called the post-Ramadan rebound, where everybody gains weight. It's just natural. It's part of
Mm-hmm.
your body's used to fasting, and then suddenly you start eating.
Yeah.
So during that, we're going to leverage that actually as a muscle building phase. We're going to do
Aha.
muscle building while optimizing your metabolism, getting it even faster to where your body might be burning through like easily, 2,700 plus calories per day to where we can be cutting on like 2,200 to 2,500 after that, which is going to be crazy. So you thought that you could already eat a
Wow.
lot on this and still lose weight. Now it's going to be crazier. So,
Wow, bro. Okay. I am excited. Really, really, really.
alhamdulillah.
Let's see how we can do this. So yeah, I following the process for 3 months now. I know what it takes to
Hmm.
keep following a process. So I'm all ears to you guys.
It's going to be easy, inshallah. It'll continue to be easy, just like it's been, even easier, inshallah. And by June, you're going to be blown away. I mean, you're going to be like right now, you're probably
Inshallah.
about, I'd say 12, 13% body fat tops, like conservative estimate, maybe even as low as 11, 12%. But after that, you're going to be like 8%, bro. You're going to look like a fitness model, inshallah. And you're going to have more muscle size
Inshallah.
too.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So that's what I'm excited about. But taking it back to the testimonial, though, I just wanted to kind of go on a little tangent, something unique. But I want to inspire some of the other brothers with some knowledgeable insights, right? Some
Yes.
myths that you might have believed before that you've busted in this process. And then I also want
Yes.
to talk about the positive impact you might have seen on other areas of life to really inspire some of the brothers who maybe getting a nice physique is not enough motivation for them, but they want to know what other positive impacts it can have. So first off, what were some myths you might have believed prior to this program that might have made it feel hopeless to get in this kind of shape that you have now realized the opposite is true or that you've learned something new? What are some insights that you've had?
So I still keep seeing a lot, even new content being pumped out that carbs are bad for you. Eliminate all carbs. There's famous influencers out there that say, I eat zero carbs, no carbs, no carbs, no carbs. And then some people are carnivore, carnivore, carnivore. And with us, brother, we are doing everything. We're doing our protein, fats, carbs, fruit. I eat so much fruits and vegetables, like everything, everything. Alhamdulillah. And it feels amazing. There's so many carnivore people out there that say vegetables are bad for you, fruits are bad for you. I'm sure people must have heard this, right?
Mm.
And you just have to eat meat and fats. So these were, before I met you guys, I'm like, okay, it sounds like I need to do something different. And this to me was like, oh, carnivore is different, keto is different. And you know what they say, you have to do things different than the rest of society to
Mm.
achieve something great. So that was like the brainwash that this industry does, I guess. And then meeting you guys, so refreshing, even though it's like, dare I say, back to the basics, but still so refreshing that you guys are pushing this
Oh,
and it
100%.
works. Yeah.
It's interesting
And
because their whole contrarian perspective of do what the opposite of society does has created their own weird contrarian bubble. Whereas actually,
yes,
I mean, the answer, like in Islam, we know that the middle way is the path, right? So like, it's really between those things. Like obviously, society might push like, low protein diet, whatever. I don't know. I mean, what the American Heart Association recommends, but that's
right.
not accurate
Yeah,
either.
it's terrible. What a doctor said me. He's like, yeah, make sure you do canola oil. Like it was part
Uh,
of that,
yeah.
the government website. I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
It's crazy. So we definitely are not trying to be eating canola oil and like, glyphosate sprayed chemical, wheat and whatnot. But we also don't have to eat like, bull testicles and like hearts and stuff.
Exactly, bro.
You know?
Yes.
So
I almost like before I met you guys, I'm like, is this what I have to do to get shredded?
all right, whatever it takes. Bismillah. No, I'm kidding. No, you don't need to eat that. I mean, of course, when we for Eid al-Adha, of course, you might eat the lamb organ meat's amazing, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
But you don't have to eat that year round, obviously, or at all if you don't like it. I mean, there's a balanced perspective. Yes, of course, red meat is nutritious, eggs are nutritious, pasture raised, grass-fed meat, of
Absolutely.
course. Broccoli is not evil. Now, of course, there are people who get digestive issues from, like, I actually get digestive issues from broccoli, and if I do too much
Yeah,
fiber, but
right.
if we do no fiber, then there's, issues as well. So, um, but yeah, that's a huge myth that I think, makes it feel inaccessible for a lot of people to get fit. So alhamdulillah for that. Now, you had all these different insights, alhamdulillah, which made things easy. And, there was the mental aspect. What do you feel like? I mean, I'm sure you've seen maybe some people in your local Muslim community or even at the gym, non-Muslims and Muslims alike. What are some common mistakes that a lot of people around you make that you used to make yourself that you wish more people knew what to do instead?
Yes, the common mistakes I would say is definitely first of all diet. Diet of thinking that maybe just hitting a certain protein number and then forgetting about everything else. You got to pay attention to each and everything that you're eating and drinking. Calories, liquid calories are a big thing too. Alhamdulillah, thankfully for myself, I'm not a very picky eater, but at the same time, brother Sad with the delicious recipes. So this community has it all, really.
Mm.
So for me, I feel like the mistakes are one, I've seen intensity of training. Now that I'm super, super focused, there's a lot of, I'm not judgmental, but I'm really trying to do my work and get in and get out of there. People are just lounging around on their phones. I'm noticing that a lot more. Like people are just on their phones talking and just they look the same. And I'm getting results at 3 months in. And I'm usually like sometimes like last one in the gym and first one out sort of thing. And it just feels like that
Mm.
just because of how quick I can work out. But for me, it's like the basics. I feel are making the mistakes, like not working out as intense and making mistakes on their diet and
Mm.
just
Mm.
eating whatever. Yeah.
That's so true. It's interesting how people try to overcomplicate it, but when you do go back to the basics and you just stay accountable and consistent with them, it makes a big difference. And definitely with the training aspect, I mean, it's so much more time efficient when you get in there, you're focused, you do what you need to do, you have a solid plan, and you just get it done, versus wasting time like a lot of people. So, subhanAllah, this is amazing. What benefits have you noticed from either the mental discipline you've built through the coaching or the physical transformation you've seen through the diet and training that have positively impacted other areas of life?
Alhamdulillah, I feel like I have a lot more energy. And before, like I remember I've been trying to like read books, read more Quran as well. I would read, but for some reason, like my mind would like wander elsewhere. Now I just feel like my mind can stay in one place a little bit longer. And it feels good because now I'm more excited to train my mind more,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before it was more flighty.
Mm.
Now I feel like I could park it more. So that alhamdulillah, I'm very excited to cultivate that even more. I feel like the reactions of people at work, people have made some comments. Alhamdulillah. I don't want to toot my own horn, but let's see how far I could push myself. So
Allah.
that feels good. It's a nice morale booster. And yes. All I could say in that realm is just be kind to everybody and be
Mhm.
humble.
100%, 100%. I mean, we always say, mashallah, Allahumma barak. It's from the grace of Allah, alhamdulillah, that we've, achieved these results. So, Allahumma barak, alhamdulillah. And, at the end of the day, it's interesting because Allah puts the right opportunities in front of us, right? Allah puts the right knowledge in front of us. Allah puts the right people in front of us, but we still have a responsibility to take the right actions and make the right decisions. I mean, Allah gave the Quran to all of mankind, yet many people deny it. But the ones who choose to follow the guidance, even when it's more challenging, right? So some of the disciplines we have to do in Islam, those are the ones who are rewarded. So likewise, when it comes to fitness, you've brought back the theme a couple times throughout this interview, which is that the basics are pretty simple. I mean, obviously there are some nuances, of course, that a lot of people still get wrong without really having the right guidance, but things are a lot simpler and easier than people make them out to be. It's just a matter of doing them consistently. And so, one question I always like to ask towards the end of the interview is what would you say to people on the fence? But I actually want to ask you a bit of a different variation of that question because you've had the unique experience of going through a couple other programs too. For somebody who's similar to you, where they've done some programs in the past that didn't work out for various reasons, what would you say is different about this program? Not just the approach with like nutrition and training, but also the coaching, the support. I mean, what do you feel made the biggest difference for you, both on a strategic level and a coaching level, that really helped this time become so much more successful?
This is a very great question because this program, this community, it's unmatched, really. Any brother that's on the fence, any sister, if you guys do those type of intakes, they should sign up. And that's not me trying to promote anything, really, because I'll break it down for you. We got obviously Coach Munir, the man himself, leading the whole operation in such a glorious manner. And then my coaches, right? Like Brother Isle, so knowledgeable. We relate on a very personal level. Always there to help me. Brother Sad with the great recipes and also connecting on a personal level and so spiritually and so knowledgeable in Islam. Brother Yusuf, he's helped me so much on my form. I didn't realize what I was doing wrong. This is when I was talking about training, my brother, like filming myself. We're able to film ourselves with our forms and send it to Brother Yusuf, and he will give you the best tips. I implemented all those in the first month, and Alhamdulillah. I feel like that's where a lot of my gains also came from, brother. Like filming, that's very underrated too.
Mm,
Along this is a great question. You guys have everything, not only diet, accountability, and sort of the spiritual, mental transformation, but the physical aspect. Brother Yusuf can really look at what you are doing with your body and give you minor adjustments, tweaks, and like, wow, your mind may have not thought about it. You think you're doing it properly, but when you actually film it and send it in, he gives you better tips. And then now the mind and muscle connection is much more stronger. So
mm,
you guys have all of this. There's nothing that I can say that's been left out. Whereas in other programs, you have questions. Oh, but what about this form? Or, okay, maybe it's not important. Here, I cannot think of anything that I want to clarify or from you guys. It's like everything is already there. The proven system is there. I just have to implement it. It all starts from me, from listening to you guys and doing it.
mm,
That's all.
SubhanAllah. And even if you struggle to implement it, we're gonna come chase you down, knock on your door. We
That's
can't knock on
it.
the door and pull you out of bed, but we will make sure
That's
we're
it.
accountable and everything. So as long as
The
you answer your
WhatsApp
phone,
groups. Yes, yes.
if
It's so good being a part of the WhatsApp groups.
yeah, if you don't answer your phone, we can't help you. But if you answer your phone at least and let us hold you accountable, we can help you. So Alhamdulillah.
Exactly.
I greatly appreciate this interview. Were there any last things that you wanted to share with the audience, either motivation wise, program wise, training and nutrition knowledge wise, anything that would help somebody who's struggling with some of the things that you used to struggle with as well? Last minute gems that you want to share with the audience.
I would say this program is actually okay, I'm the only one doing this program in my family. When they see the food that I eat and they're like, "You're losing weight eating that type of food?" That's the best reaction.
Ah,
That's the best reaction, brothers. I don't want to say the same thing that what everybody says this program, you have to do it, you should do it, but the reactions you get from, implementing and then people seeing what you're doing, you'll get those. You'll get those. Other programs, nobody really asks about any like what I look the same or felt the same, but this one, people can sense a change
wow.
in me.
SubhanAllah.
So if that's what you guys want to feel, this is the best place to
Wow.
start your transformation.
Alhamdulillah. Well, that's an amazing reaction, man. I mean, just you're eating something nice. You got your rice, you got your delicious, well-seasoned chicken. Everything is delicious, or beef, or whichever of the meat options we give you that you chose. They're like, wow, that looks good. I've had brothers tell me that they had an issue with the meal prep, not because they had an issue with the meal prep, but because their family ate it because it was so delicious that the meal prep. I'm like, man,
Yes, yes,
high
yes.
quality problems to have. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I had that come up as well. Yes, yes.
Well, alhamdulillah, it's better than the meal prep being so nasty that nobody will touch them. So alhamdulillah, they taste good.
Exactly. It's not just rice, broccoli, and chicken. Yeah, yeah. It's not just that.
Jazakallah khair. I appreciate you. I'll finish off the interview and then we could chat afterwards. But anybody who's watching this, if you're interested in losing weight while eating carbs and getting crazy results, 35 pounds, six pack shredded in just 3 months, like Brother Shah, just comment M3 below. We'll send you all the details and we look forward to seeing you on the other side, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.